Okay, this is gonna be my first attempt at a quick sketchbook tour. I've got a big one, so I'm gonna skim past most of the detail. This is my actual battle station. Got some battletoads stuff. Okay, so let's get started. First one that I'm gonna show you guys is, okay, there we go. This is one of the newest ones. Showing this one first because it's got a bit of everything. Gonna up the brightness a little bit. There we go. Lock the focus. Okay, so the thing about my sketchbooks is they're a big mess, so it's gonna be kind of a crazy ride. Got a bunch of spread, I don't know what you call these, but yeah, helps me collage together work that otherwise doesn't have a format for it. Wait, I'm gonna put this better. There we go. So these are mostly paintings, ink and watercolor, but most of the work that I'm compiling into these is like nonsensical or otherwise linked in a narrative fashion, like freeform. So don't try and read too much into it. It's more of a aesthetic exploration thing for me. So yeah, that's about all I can clarify. Yeah, things I like, things I do that sort of talk to me in some way or another. Also a lot of studying, studies of technique or motif. This was an accident. There was a cool drawing here. It's gone. So yeah, lots of layers upon layers upon layers of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna skim a little bit faster. You can pause if you want. I think the whole deal here is making a video is a valid attempt at capturing some of the variety. Also, this one is one of the shorter sketchbooks I have. At the beginning of the video, you could probably see I have stacks of sketchbooks I intend on sharing, but it's probably gonna be like a quick look into them because I'd be all day. I don't know what this is, but yeah, I could say at best this is catharsis or sorts, and a way to save small drawings that otherwise I would have nowhere to put. Digital art solves this for the most part. You can store them in folders, but I've got sketchbooks, so that's sketchbook number one. Next up, I've got a lot of these small I don't know if you can call them sketchbooks, but like they're recompilations of the same thing, but like the format is way smaller. These are way old. I don't even remember what's inside of these, so bear that in mind if some of the stuff is strange. Yeah. So, yeah. This is a guy. Got number 2 over here. Got some bleed through the pages. We got some characters, some periodic tables, All of these are my drawings unless I clarify. And all of these are really old. I mean, like 5 years old maybe. I don't know what this is. Very weird shit. Some crowds. Yeah, I don't even know how to show these anymore. They tend to be a bit on the chaotic side in terms of orientation. These are useful because I can take them anywhere. I can draw or paint and stick small papers into them, so they're like micro sketchbooks. And yep, I think that's about it for now. I'll be right back. What the fuck? Yeah. Okay, so continuing with some of the bigger ones. These are more of a orientated or like a directed exploration through concepts. This is some game design ideas I had at some point that I may or may not have developed into some sort of game mechanic. These are ideas or designs for tattoos. At some point I was a tattoo artist. Very old stuff. Excuse me. So yeah, this is the part where it starts to get a bit more orderly. So I'll move the light a bit. Oh. This is my great-grandfather. And these are remnants from studying psychology and all of the mental issues that come with it. So most of the drawings here are done from around that time, which would now be 6 years ago, maybe. This is some fun stuff. So the thing about these is there's some layered comics inside of the bigger sketchbooks, so it's not really possible to show this through pictures in a minimal way. So this video proves a really useful way to show stuff, even though I'm having a hard time keeping things into frame. I may just have to move this stuff around all the time. It's okay. So this is a robot. It's upside down, but you get the idea. This is another robot, and this is really big drawing of a robot and landscape and whatnot. I don't know how to turn this around, but yeah. Origami stuff. I don't know what this is all about. Well, here are some watercolors. I hope the detail is I hope the camera is good enough for the detail, because some of this stuff is pretty small, but yeah, it works for the most part. So if you zoom in, yeah, you can see better if you zoom in, but you can see anything else. Some Morse code, binary shit. Tool design. Yeah, I never know what I'm gonna open when I turn the page, so I'm sorry if it's like all over the place. This is a destroyed car. Also, most of these are done from imagination. Like, there are some studies, but I think it's pretty obvious which are studies and which are like random shenanigans. So yeah. Some cringe-worthy drawings in here for sure. But yeah, I'm not even halfway through the book, and it's like got too much stuff to cover. I may make a single video for this with a better camera placement, but yeah, I think that about covers this one for this video. And finally, for this video, this is a smaller format, so it's good, and it has two sides. So if I open from this side, I've got a bunch of weird studies from dictionary illustrations or photographs that are really worn out by time. So I try to interpret the meaning and the content of these small snippets, and at some point trying to generate like a mix between them. So I've got a hand and a turnip, so I don't know, mixing them up, a creative exercise. Like, these are already there by default inside of the dictionary, so the idea is to like, oh, it's like accidental mixture of two images that are barely understandable. So sometimes I couldn't manage to make a mix, but sometimes stuff is pretty fun. So yeah, these are all studies, like drawing stuff and directly in ink, so no pencil drawing. That's the thing about me, I don't really like drawing with pencils. Sometimes my consistency and shapes are like all over the place because of that, but like these take not much time at all to make most of the time. That's the good part. So I directly go with the ink and I don't know, have a go at it. So I said this had two sides. This is the first side, goes for a while, got a bunch of studies, weird interpretations of stuff, and then after the studies we get the usual chaotic collage, illustration, catharsis, whatnot. Most of these are situations that I had a vague idea about and then started drawing, and as I was like into it, like I had to solve the perspective, shape, and consistency issues that came with them. Here's some mecha. This is the silhouette of the mecha. So here's a process where I go from silhouette to line work to final watercolor pass. Very useful for designs, for more complex stuff. Yeah, I think I'll go a bit faster now because these are way too many. This isn't my drawing, these aren't either, they're from a book. So as you can imagine, I'm really into horror and Japanese aesthetics and like manga and stuff. So those are two big inspirations of mine. But the more complex side of stuff is mostly inspired by Czesław Beksiński, Polish painter, and you know, Moebius, I don't know how you pronounce that. Great comic artist. Well, his name is actually Jean Giraud, and yeah, him and other comic artists have a awesome way of depicting things with a very clear line. That's how their style is called, the clear line style, and I'm really into that. I'm also into printing, like the woodblock prints of old, like the way people did some etchings and then would copy with different methods. So they would do this cross-hatching methods to do like grayscales and shadows and stuff. Yeah. Also another detail, I did a very iterative process with these guys down here. Probably noticed them. They are another method of catharsis and experimental design. So looking for happy accidents. So I'm about done with these, and yep, thanks for watching. I hope this wasn't a complete waste of your time, because it was fun for me. And yep, these are actually the beginning of the book where I set myself to do a lot of ink drawings, and I did. There's a lot of them. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you very much.